Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex, Senior Account Executive at GDMFX. This is today's European Session Outlook. We're going to start with the North American markets. The dollar recovered against the euro and yen Tuesday as a sell-off in Chinese stocks slowed, causing investors to move back into the US currency. A 5-day losing streak in the main US indexes was also snapped. The news yesterday, the events were S&P Case-Shiller home price indices year-on-year 0.7 worse than expected. Market services PMI 0.2 better than expected. Market PMI composite 0.6 higher than previous. And consumer confidence fell sharply in July to a 10-month low, perhaps because of a more volatile US stock market triggered by financial worries in China and the latest Greek debt crisis. It fell with 9.1 points. Dow 14 points up, Nasdaq 38 points up. Today we'll be expecting the Fed interest rate decision and Fed's monetary policy statement afterwards. Investors are hoping to hear hints that the Fed will be raising rates in the next meeting in September. Onto the EU markets. This morning, the Gfk Consumer Confidence Survey came out stable, meeting expectations at 10.1. While stable domestic conditions are playing a role in German consumer income expectations, the international situation, the crisis in Europe and Middle East can put a damper on the domestic economy, GfK said. In Switzerland, the USB consumption indicator came out 0.06 higher than previous. The DAX 70 points up, CAC 40 points up. Investors will be looking forward to tomorrow's news, German CPI and unemployment rate, and EU consumer confidence. On to the UK markets, the GDP data was released yesterday. The official data confirmed that the UK economy has gained 0.7% during the second quarter. And this gave a reason for the Chancellor to state that Britain's recovery is motoring ahead. Right after the confirmation, the British pound against the dollar gained 9 points. The term was used because this data shows that the UK is pulling even further ahead of Germany. This is the first time when GDP equals the 2008 levels, and it was received with optimism. This again leads to expectations that during the next Monetary Policy Committee, at least one of the external members who are more hawkish will vote for a hike. It is believed that this will be Martin Will. Meanwhile, the house prices in England and Wales climbed again to a new record high level. The data from the Land Registry, whose data is considered by many as the most comprehensive and accurate, shows that the average home got more than 1% added to its value in June 2015. The FTSE 100 moved up to a total of 76 points yesterday and closed at 65.25. The 10-year gilt yields were at 1.936% yesterday. Investors will be waiting for consumer credit and mortgage approvals data for June coming out later today. The Asian markets, retail sales in Japan rose in annual 0.9% in June, beating the expectations for a 0.5% rise, though still slowing sharply from a 3% spike in May. The report comes after the government recently downgraded its forecasts for consumer prices. Asian stocks rose for the first time in 6 days, following US and European shares higher, as investors awaited an update on monetary policy from the Federal Reserve. The Australian and New Zealand dollars led a rally in currencies of commodity producing nations that were boosted by an advance in metals prices. New Zealand's dollar climbed to a 2-week high after reaching a 6-year low. Governor Graham Wheeler said while further monetary policy easing is likely, the economy currently isn't weak enough to warrant big reductions in interest rates. Biggest mover was New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, 13 points up, 18 points range. Today, the events are industrial production month-on-month, year-on-year in Japan, and building permits month-on-month in New Zealand. Alright, commodities now. Gold steadied on Tuesday near 5.5-year lows as markets are waiting for the Fed results today. Oil prices fell to their lowest in nearly 6 months on Tuesday as a rout in the Chinese stock market cast further doubt over the outlook for crude demand in the world's top commodities consumer. Gold had a range of $7, trading at $1,097.90 now. Silver had a range of 17 cents at $14.72 now. Crude oil had $1.80 range at $47.76. And natural gas is trading at $2.81 at the moment with a range of 8 cents. Today we expect the crude oil stocks change report. This could show that crude inventories fell mildly by 0.4 million barrels for the week that ended on July 24th. Thank you, everybody. This was today's European Session Outlook. I will see you next time. Goodbye.